Okay, hi there guys. I feel pretty dorky talking to myself, but an informational video is an informational video, right? Okay, so I'm going to be showing you guys how to make original turtle Jello shots. It's a pretty, it's a healthy food for most sliders. Their diet needs to be about 75% greens and about 25% protein, give or take, with, added in fruits or vegetables, but those aren't totally needed. So I decided to start the video by showing a very common plant that should be added, dandelions. However, these are three common leaves you should find in a yard or park or wherever, school grounds. One of these three are actually pretty bad. You should never feed it. It's pretty toxic to turtles. This actual dandelion, you can, by the ridge. I mean, if you let it flower, you're really gonna know then. But smooth stem. There's no bumps, no ridges, no hair, so pretty flat. This is actually chicory, another good plant to feed your turtles. Note how it's really spiny and rigid and all that. This is our bad guy. This is called spiny lettuce. It, when it's young, as you can see, looks just like dandelion. Easy to mistake. But if you look at the back, you should notice those little thorny bumps right there. That's how you know you got spiny lettuce. Yeah, I have no idea. But when you feel it, you'll feel it feels like you're I don't know, kind of like the edge of a zipper, sorta. So yeah, like this, good plant to avoid, destroy, whatever. Okie doke. So we are going to start this video with your protein sources. It's variety, in my opinion, spice of life. So you want to try and mix it up as much as you can. I decided I'm going to do this video in grams, since a lot more of the world deals with that form of the metric system. So what we're gonna do is a pound of the Jello shot. So 16 ounces, or about 454 grams, give or take. This will be with the greens and the protein. This will not include the extras, which I'm including an ounce of dried dehydrated blueberries, done myself, and some butternut squash that I froze like a few months ago and really need to use. But the reason I'm adding these is blueberries, good for antioxidants, and it also is it's good for helping their shells shed and grow a little. Not quite like calcium is pretty important too, but it helps. And I'm adding the butternut squash for the vitamin A and the keratin. Yeah. You wanna, if you do decide to go the adding the vegetable route, you want to make sure you go with orange colored vegetables. So you can do orange bell peppers, bananas, or butternut squash, carrots, stuff like that. Stick to orange. Orange vegetables tend to be higher in vitamin A. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the way I've been told, so that's the way I go. Get back on there. Get back. He doesn't want to die. Alright, so the first thing we are going to do is you're going to take a cup of cold water, or you can do a 1/4 cup cold water and a 1/4 cup tuna juice. I went with the full cup of water, and I took some of the sardine juice that I had and I poured it in there. So it's a little bit more than a cup, but it won't affect too much. So we're going to take the Knox gelatin packets, which you need 2 packs, by the way. Pour it on in there. Throw that away. Put the worm back on the plate. Alright, and you're going to stir this. You want to stir it until it stays on the plate. Now they're all trying to get loose. Okay, so you want to stir it until the granules are dissolved. And then we're just going to set this to the side, and it should form a neat little gel. That in the end, what we'll do is we're also going to boil a cup of water on the stove, which I'll start that when I get towards the end of the veggies, because there's a lot of greens going on here. More than this. There's some over here hidden away from the my phone camera thing, whatever. Alrighty, so I'm going to call this peachy. Maybe. Am I? Yeah, alright, this is good. I'm going to set this to the side. Toss that over there. Alrighty, so we are going to start, if this turns, hey, it turned on. Alright, note, it's in grams. Some scales, this scale came from Walmart, paid 15 bucks for it. It weighs up to 11 pounds. I'm not even going to tell you the grams, because I'm not even going to begin guessing that. But if you flip it to the back, right here's a little button. It says G and then LB. So you can push that and it'll switch to pounds. Maybe. Not today, I guess. Oh, yep, there it goes. So see, it shows 26 or negative 26.1, and then we'll switch it back to grams at 742 milliliters. Okay, so that's water. Mode. All right, so 741 grams for weight, and then 110 for pounds. But no one cares about that. So we're gonna drop it down. Hopefully it's flat. Set whatever you're gonna do on there to and then you just zero it out, which mine's already zeroed. We're all good. Alrighty, so here we have chicken. These are chicken gizzards. They're still frozen, sorta. They're kind of thawing a little. And this is chicken heart. It took me way too long to try and keep measuring out the sardines and the chicken heart, because if I walk out of the kitchen, my cat jumped up and stole them. Props of having raw fed pets, right? Alright, so we're gonna take, and I like to cut it up a little bit to help the blender out. Also, the gizzards tend to be a bit stringy, so helps with that a little. And be careful you don't cut yourself. I feel like I should add that. And, the usual, if you're underage or whatnot, get a parent to do this for you. But, if you are underage and you're doing this kind of stuff, go you. Alright, so we're going to toss these into the blender. Then we're going to start. These are some dehydrated crawfish. I got them a few months ago. Alright, so now we're gonna flip y'all upside down again. Let's see if we didn't screw up the view again. Aha. Okay, so now that we have, okay, good. Alright, so now that we've got the dandelion all chopped up and the raspberry, we're going to add one of my personal faves. They grow like literally everywhere. We have the, let's find a good leaf. Good one, good one, good one. Hey, here's a whole grouping of them. Alright, so here we have, this is awkward now. Alright, mulberry leaves. You can actually, obviously feed the berries if you wanted to. The leaves are almost basically considered a superfood as far as tortoises are concerned, but they're good for turtles too. And we are looking at apparently just shy of 26 grams. So this is where the sort of extras come into play that we're hint hint not talking about, right? So back to our favorite part. Well, how'd you get out of there? Let's toss you in there. There we go. Pour water. Doing way more water this go round. I guess I should have warned you, huh? My bad. And there I go, beating on the camera again. Alright, so This is almost great for getting aggression out, huh? You get to chop things, stab things. Just a few moments ago. No idea how I'm going to edit this, but we'll figure it out, right? Alright, so the last part before the video cut out was anacris, or onacris, whatever, no idea how to pronounce it. It's a pretty common water green, as you can see. It grows pretty sporadically. There's another shoot growing right there. All you need is about this much of a cutting, and you'll have more than you can handle eventually. This stuff was growing in one of my snail tanks. I do breed ram's horn snails for my my turtles. They are a good calcium snack and a good protein source, especially for the little guys. That is what a ram's horn snail looks like. If you've never seen one, you could also use pond snails. There's two different kinds that I know of. Giant pond snails, which are a little bit bigger, about that size, and just normal pond snails, which are little guys. Or you can use Malaysian trumpet snails, or MTS. They're little cone snails. They're more apt for the bigger guys than the little guys. Because I don't want to risk this going down again, I'm going to, this is an ounce of the blueberries and an ounce of butternut squash. I'm just going to toss these all right in. Gonna add just a tad bit of water. Way more than tad, but whatever. And sound now. If only everything can blend that easy, huh? A little more water than I was wanting, but we're cool. We go with that. Alright. So, alrighty, unexpected delay, but we got the, all settled out now. So, move the blender out of the way, got it ready to toss into the dishwasher. Quite the mess we've made here, huh? But, let's get this finished. So, I totally forgot to finish boiling the water, so we're gonna speed boil this nifty guy. Booyah. Speed boil. Alright, so remember when I said leave it to the side and it'll kind of grain up a little bit? Well, thicken. It's about the consistency we're aiming for. go ahead and pull these bad boys over. Or go ahead and mix everything up. It's surprisingly a little bit of meat, right? Or proteins. Mix well. I think my nose is broken. This stuff actually oddly smells pretty good to me. And if I really wanted to, totally eat this. Alrighty, so now that we've got this bad boy all set up and I sped boiled the water. Andy, right? Alright, so we're going to take the hot water, careful. Pour it in with the cold water gelatin mix. Now this you're going to want to stir until everything's totally dissolved. Stir, 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 stir. Dum. And I totally just realized after reviewing part of the first video segment that my lighting sucks. So I'm gonna work on that for next time because we've got a few more videos. We're gonna do a video for pure carnivores like musk turtles and snappers. Do a video for map turtles because their diet is sort of like this, but it's 50-50, 50 protein, 50% greens. I'm gonna try to figure out something for the tortoises, like my sulcata, and then I would like to try and make like a treat snack kind of thing for our like Russian tortoises and our Greeks. And then I'm gonna also make a video showing you how to make box turtle meatballs, delicacy in my household. Alright, so we're going to mix your gelatin water with your greens. Make sure you try and get it as spread out as you can. You're just going to end up with a big liquidy goopy mess of awesome. And again, these smell like crackers to me. I have no idea. I swear to God, there's something broken in me. Okay, so now what you're gonna want to do is first learn to have everything prepped ahead of time because I failed to do this for the most part. But you're gonna want to get a glass baking dish. You can use, a metal one, flat ones. There are also some people who prefer to use ice cube trays because you can take and you can portion them out a little bit easier. I prefer doing this method because you can get big. You can size the blocks a little bit easier. The going theory is a half batch of this, which is what a normal recipe consists of. It does about 64 servings. It's about 2 months worth of food. This is kind of like a double shot of the recipe. So I should, in theory, make, 128. So about 4 months. But I have really big sliders. So this will still be about a month's worth of food for my guys. So once you do this, you can do one of two things. You can pop it straight in the freezer, which I'm gonna do, or you can stick it in the fridge for about 4 hours, let it settle and gelatinize. Then you can slice it into however big squares you want. Remember, you want to aim for size chunks that fit in about the size of your turtle's head. And I totally just now remembered I forgot the calcium powder. So I'm going to grab that real quick. Alright, so this smoky concoction is actually my homemade calcium. Made from the eggs of somewhere around here. Made from chicken eggs. This is some that I have I'm getting ready to blend. It's about 40 eggs right there. 120 eggs makes about, well, it almost fills up this popcorn thing. But anyways, so I'm going to do about 1/8 of a cup of calcium here. And I'm going to use that as a topper to make it look pretty. You can also take and you can put dried mealworms on top. If you choose to use turtle food, I personally don't. You can sprinkle that on top as a topping to ensure that they're definitely getting turtle food. Sometimes people add the turtle food just to make sure, the pellets, to make sure they, in case they miss any vitamins or minerals, they can just toss it and be good. This is personally what I do. I'm not overly worried. My guys have done pretty well. Their shells look awesome. So I'm gonna pop this inside the freezer real quick. Alright, and these are some of the no good anymore shots that I made before. As you can see, I mean, they're frozen, so obviously they're going to hold together pretty well. But you can see the, wherever the camera thingamabob is, I guess, whichever side. Anyways, you can see, like, the graining detail, like, you can almost sort of figure out what's where, maybe. No, I totally lied. But, yeah, so, like, this was cut for one of my smaller guys. This was obviously for one of my larger ones. My guys now would eat like this whole brick. These have been sitting in my freezer for about 6 months now, and as you can see, they're freezer burnt, so that's just gonna become food for my aunt's chickens, or maybe I'll toss them to my mealworm colony. I don't know, somebody's gonna get some use out of these. But yeah. So that is basically the whole gist of it. I will include links in the description and a too long didn't watch recipe in the comment sec, or in whatever, you know what I mean, in the descriptions. That's the word. I'm not gonna do the like, subscribe crap. If you like the video, obviously I'm happy. I'd like to hear any of your comments, suggestions, whatever, to make better videos next time. So yeah, thanks for watching this awkwardness. And we're clear. Okay. Nope, not clear.